Hey, so for our Get Supple session today, we're going to use a massage ball to work out some of the kinks and tightness in the back of the neck and shoulders, specifically in the scapula, between the shoulder blades, in those knots there. So if you've got any of those, or if you're prone to getting those, we're going to work this out right now. Okay, so just as a warm-up though, and starting out, just make sure you have, even if it's not an actual massage ball, a tennis ball will work great as well. I'm going to start from standing with the arms up overhead. I'm just going to adjust the camera here. Welcome to my office space, my home office space. Interlace your fingers, arms over your head, and standing side bend nice and easy. So this is always such a great way to start because we're lengthening through the spine and we're using our own body musculature to decompress through the neck, the mid-back, and the lower back. So consciously tucking the tailbone under, body weight in the heels, and then pressing the hips right to left. We're going to hold on one side. So draw the belly button in, get even longer. You can feel your waist getting smaller. And then up and over to one side. Make sure you're not collapsing in the middle. So you're keeping this really long space from the hips to the ribs. And then use your top arm, or your bottom arm, to pull the top arm a little bit further over. Good, pushing your hips in the opposite direction. Oh my God, Aspen is stealing my massage ball. Good, inhale, come all the way back up to center, and then we're going to the other side. I can't be the only one with the dog whose massage ball often gets added to the toy box. Inhale, pull that up and over a little bit further. Really big stretch. Inhale, come up, and then take the arms all the way down, nice and wide, and also open up the feet. So we're going to place hands on the legs and then roll the shoulder in right and left. So you want to feel this stretch coming from the upper back. And adding some breathing as well. So we're trying to increase circulation through that whole upper back. But we need to warm up the area as well. So that's always including the lungs. Good, right and left. One more each way. Roll your way up to standing and then roll your way back down again. We're going to take the feet together. A little bit of a stretch with the hands interlaced behind the knees. Then place the hands on the thighs, inhale, lift up. So we're alternating, curling down, grabbing a hold of the hands behind the knees, rounding up. So that stretch between the shoulder blades. Exhale, place the hands on the thighs, and then switch the lengthening to the front so you're pressing the upper back closer together. One more like that. So inhale, tuck down. These are alternating between cat-cow position here. And then inhale, lift. And tucking to slowly roll all the way back up again. And then rotating the arms right to left. So allowing a little bit of relaxed momentum. And of course, as always, but especially when we're working on strength and alignment, making sure that the crown of the head is over the tailbone. So we're leaning back. Usually it's leaning back more than you think. And so keeping heavy in the heels, pushing the hips forward. One more each way. Okay, last one here. Take one arm up, the opposite hand down, and then we're going to slide down the side of the body and then bring the arm overhead. So we're getting some stretch also through the lats here, and then up and over. So if you're really tight, it would be a good idea to repeat all of these preparation movements again. And over. And one more here. And then we're going to get right into it, starting with the ball. So you need to have a wall that you can lean against, you can trust for support. We're going to start by placing the ball against the wall behind the right shoulder blade. So if you have limited range of motion reaching back, a good technique is to put the ball in a sock so that you can kind of throw it over your shoulder, position it to where you want, pinch it against the wall. And we're going to start with an easy roll. Easy just meaning a decent amount of body weight leaning into the ball, but not so much that it's taking your breath away. You don't want to see stars just yet anyways. And see if you can find the little notch right in the middle of the shoulder blade. We're going to hold there and then take the arm, starting with the thumb towards the ceiling, down and up. And so we're sort of pinching, gently pinching or adding pressure to the muscle, and then raising the arm, lowering the arm. One more here. Okay, now bringing the thumb to the chest. We're going to circle the elbow. We're going to go through some different ranges of motion, holding that soft tissue in place so that it becomes the stretch point. And one more here, and then going the other way. And you want to be feeling a little bit of that pull. Okay, and then we're going to use both hands on the shoulders. We're going to do a figure eight, like a sideways figure eight, infinity sign, however you want to call it. Right and left, and then going the other way. And switching that ball to the other side of the shoulder blade, the other scapula. And so positioning it there, and then starting with a little bit of roll, just up and down. So you're getting that initial information. Where are the trigger points? And for me, they're always, almost always closer to the top than near the bottom, and usually more so on one side than the other. Okay, so hold wherever you feel like you have your most troubled area. And then we're gonna start with that hand ding up and then down. So just being mindful when the arm goes up that we're not lifting the shoulder. Inhaling the arm up. Aspen is patiently waiting for the ball. One more here. And then with the hand on the chest, we're going to circle the elbow. Nice big circle. Feeling that. And the other way. Okay, and then a very similar movement, but adding both arms, doing that figure eight. Making sure to stay in that, we'll call it a pleasure zone, but you know, where it's actually, there's something going on there. You've got a pressure point, and then switching. And relax the arms all the way down. Excellent. Okay. So to get a little bit more of a stretch there, we're going to have, I better keep this in my hand. Aspen is closely watching. So head against the wall, and feel free to use a sweatshirt, a towel, something just soft behind your head here. Got this little divot in the door that allows it to feel a little bit more comfortable. So I'm just going to go with the softness of my own hair back there today, but we've got a little bit of a step forward, and the only part of my body that's resting on the wall is the back of my head, and keeping my chin just in that neutral space close to the neck. So kind of like where if I was just standing tall, and then relaxing the arms at your side, breathing nice and deep. So even here on the inhales, you're trying to lengthen up through the crown of the head, gently tucking the tailbone under, just maintaining that good neutral posture and relaxing the shoulders back. If you want to feel what's happening in the back of your neck, you can take one hand and just touch below the hairline. You should feel some tension in the muscle there. The tighter that is, or the weaker that is, the more you'll actually feel it while you're just holding here. It's most common that you wouldn't feel all that much, which is a good thing. We're just creating that length, and then step one foot back, come up to standing, and just give yourself a moment. Always do a couple head turns just to make sure everything is still in alignment and moving properly afterwards. If you have a little bit of a lightheaded feeling after doing that, you did it right. That worked very well. Good job. We're moving on. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do with the massage ball, this will be the last part before we actually get into a couple of the Eldoa postures. I'm gonna highlight Aspen here, is to take the ball down onto the floor. Excuse me, I'm gonna need my mat right now. Okay. So I'm just gonna go sideways so you can kind of see here. So with your knees bent and the ball on the floor, this is now gonna become a game for Aspen. So this is gonna be a little bit more pressure because now we're rolling onto the ball. So I just wanna make this distinction, and you'll need to support your head with at least one hand. The distinction is that I'm not putting my whole body weight on the ball. I'm just kind of like rolled backwards towards the ball. And I have it on that same like really tight spot that I was feeling before. And to be honest, when I'm just walking around, I don't even feel that this is a tight spot. But as soon as I started doing that massage against the wall, that's where I could really feel it. Okay, so from this one, you're gonna have the palm out on the floor, and you're gonna do a one-arm snow angel, bringing your arm as far over your head as you can and then back down to the side. So I realize that you're just looking at a dog butt right now. You can't really see what I'm doing, but here we go. So as far up as you can see my arm is having to raise a little bit, and then I've got this box overhead. So as you go, you're trying to reach that arm back a little bit further. Oh, I just had a nice little crunch there. That was good adjustment. So working with the range of motion that you're getting from the shoulder, but then also whatever's in the space around you. I'm going to do one more here. I can really feel this loosening up. My arm is getting further and further and further over the head. Oh, right there. It's such a good stretch. Reaching and then all the way back down. Okay, and then I'm going to switch sides. So I'm moving the ball. It's going to be bad news because Aspen knows. Okay, I'm going to turn this way. I'd love to hear your dog ball stories here. This is like almost just two. It's almost like we're using bacon. It's almost like we're using bacon to stretch. We're on the floor, which is already so tempting for the pups. And the cats. I've also seen, I don't have one, but I've seen your cats in the frame getting all excited. Okay, slowly. So it's just like a one-arm snow angel. You're keeping your head as comfortably back as you can. So even if I didn't have a dog head right behind me, I would still be holding my head off the floor. Right, Aspen? Ooh, reaching back a little bit further and reaching out through the fingertips to get that stretch. Starting to be able to go a little bit further. Oh, I love you. I love you. Inhale, reach the arm. Okay, one more time, bringing that arm all the way back down. Feel free to, if you're not feeling any stretch, you're not feeling like you're on that spot, to move that ball around or move your body around until you get on the spot. Because you'll know right away when you're on the spot. It feels like you're on a bubble of muscle that won't release. And then doing that those small arm movements. Okay. Aspen, you want the ball? Here you go. Okay, come up to seated. And a very familiar, if you've been doing Eldoa with me for a while, you will know this posture very well. This is the T6 and T7 thoracic spine Eldoa posture, where we take the fingertips and tent them together, sitting in a cross-legged position, and then place the heels of the hands on the crown of the head. Inhale, reaching the arms straight up overhead. The alignment is to have the biceps right beside the ears as close as you can. Of course, if you're restricted in any way from tightnesses, that's just the direction that you're heading towards. It does not need to look like this. You just want to be going in that direction. Heavy in the legs, so try to relax the legs down, flexing at the ankle. Draw the belly button into the lower back. Drop the shoulders down, pull the chin in towards the neck, and then continuously pulling the arms back a little bit more. So the shoulders are actually trying to push down your back, shoulder blades down your back, as the arms are trying to straighten at the elbow more and more and more. Good breathing. Keeping the full surface of the palms of your hands touching. Good sit bones, we're heavy on the sit bones. Trying to make sure we're keeping the ribs down. So tempting to lift the ribs to get that taller posture. One more deep breath here. And then one arm at a time slowly comes all the way down. I remember the first few times that I ever did that, it just felt like my arms were attached to my hips. Everything was so tight in through there. And now I could hold that longer than the minute, which according to giveaways and all that necessary. But the 1 minute is the goal, and that's what we're doing. There's Aspen staring at that ball. We're gonna have to have a good ball game after this. Okay, so one more to add into this. You're gonna love this. And this is gonna give us a nice stretch through the thoracic spine. And we get to lie down. So turning on your side, I'm gonna go this way. Turning on your side with your palms together and your knees up. So shins in the front as well. Head is just down to the floor. Slowly rolling that top arm across the body and then reaching behind. Make sure these knees are still stacked. So what wants to happen is this top knee wants to slide back so you can go further. We're gonna push the hips forward instead, keeping that top knee stacked on the bottom knee, and then gently pressing your arms backward into the floor. So inhale, exhale, push the arms back. Good, big inhale. Exhale, push the arms back. We're gonna do one more. Even the eyes are looking towards the floor behind you, and then slowly come back to center. Good, turning to the other side. Good, same exact thing. Arms are together. So we're just using that bottom arm for the alignment in the rotation because we don't want to lower or raise the ribs on that twist. Arm can extend out towards the floor. Deep inhale, opening the chest. Exhale, twist back a little bit further. Inhale again through the nose. Exhale, twist. And then one more big inhale. Exhale, try to twist a little bit further. The eyes are part of that, so make sure you're looking towards the floor behind you. And then slowly come back to center and make your way back up onto your hands. Okay, that was just a very sort of a shorter session today, but really complete in terms of just targeting through the shoulder blades. So that could be one that you can go back to if you're finding that, you just ever have one of those trigger points where you're getting the muscle spasms in the back of the shoulders, or just kind of getting all tight in through the neck there. And I'm gonna go play a little bit of ball with this guy because he's earned it. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again soon. Ciao.